Hi, my name's Greg Luchak. Welcome to RBI TV, and this is the Wealth Principle video series. Now, I'm an author. I've written a book called The Wealth Principle, and I've been renovating property for going on 40 years. And today we're going to be talking about a property I renovated for a client of mine who's planning to flip it. Now, we're going to be talking about this particular project, which we affectionately call the Smoked Out Condo, and you'll find out why when we start showing you the condo and the work that we've done in it. The Smoked Out Condo is about 1,000 square feet. This particular condo is located in an area of town that's been suppressed a bit by some recent crime over the past few years. So my client got it for a fairly good deal. Condos in this area typically go for around 180 to 200,000. If this same condo was somewhere else in the city in a slightly better neighborhood, would probably fetch about 300,000. So we're going to talk about the numbers at the end of the video, so we'll summarize. But let's take a few moments now. We're going to step in. We're going to show you the condo and the shape that we got it in. So welcome to the Smoked Out Condo. We're in the living room, and we'll see if we can just pan back here. You can see now the client had gone ahead and had already taken out the carpets, which was too bad because I wanted you to see those. They were pretty rough shape, heavily stained. The previous owner here was a heavy smoker, so the walls and the ceilings are heavily encrusted, I guess would be the word to use, with cigarette smoke. So there's nicotine staining. We're going to walk into the foyer. As you can see, the existing ceramic floor is very dated. I'm going to walk around. Now we're going to go into the kitchen. You can see it's a very dated kitchen, old appliances. Here's a shot of the electrical panel, which we're going to be upgrading to a breaker panel. We're going to be replacing all these cabinets and putting in new ones. And as you can see, somebody in the previous, this is probably an updated countertop at one point, but whatever they bought didn't fit the actual space. They just slopped it down, and you can see where they didn't actually cover up where the dishwasher was. And as you can see, we look down on the bottom, like everything is rotting out. It's a pretty dingy looking kitchen. Probably one of the worst kitchens you'll see around, as far as wear and tear goes. Now we're going to walk down the hallway, and you can see there's a closet. We're going to strip all these closet doors out. And here's the main bath. And you can see the condition that was left in by the previous tenant. It's pretty rough. Lots of debris. Lots of stuff laying around, a lot of grease and grime. Have a good shot here. We're going to be replacing this tub. It's pretty heavily damaged. We're going to be replacing the vinyl tub surround. We're going to put in new drywall and put in a ceramic tub surround. We have a storage room. We're going to clean this up. We're going to put all new laminate flooring. As you walk in, now we're going into the bedroom section. And you can see, hopefully you can see in the video, you can see the staining from the nicotine. Just wear and tear on the walls. Pan around here, you can see this is the old closet door system. We're going to put in a whole new closet door system and new shelving. There's a powder room, and so this is an ensuite with a powder room. We're going to be stripping this out. We're going to be putting in new vanity and new flooring, new toilet, new fan, new lighting. Go around here into the second bedroom, where you can really see the nicotine staining in this room. I'm going to get rid of the wallpaper and strip it all down. Get rid of the closets, or the closet doors. And we'll go into the third bedroom. Pan around. And it's the same thing in this room. So we're We're going to always have our electrician have a look at these electric baseboard heaters to make sure that they're still functioning properly. We will probably upgrade them. And again, the closet. So we're going to strip out these closets. So you can see that there's extensive work that needs to be done in this unit. And this is the first stage. I'm just walking you through what we're walking into here. This is how I'm receiving the unit. So our next step is we're actually going to start tearing stuff out. And then we'll start after that. We'll start with doing the mechanical things like new plumbing fixtures for the showers, all new electrical devices for the outlets, the switches, the lighting, etc. So that's this first stage. And looking forward to the next one. Lines have been removed. That was the living room. We're going into the dining room. You can see as we go into the kitchen, we removed a 4-foot section of wall. And I'll come back here so you can see that. And you can see where we've run some new wiring for the new kitchen. And we've updated the outlets to T20s, and we're going to have a microwave hood fan. We have a new panel. Got rid of the old fuse box, so now we have a brand new panel with breakers. Electricians were in the other day to do that, and you can see where we've started to do some drywall patching. Putting the walls back together here. We put a little bulkhead in to hide some wiring. All the cupboards have been removed. That's the front door. That will be the future location of a pantry, because now that we've opened the kitchen up, it's much bigger. As we go down the hallway, and you'll see that we've removed closet doors. All the doors have been removed in the unit. Basically, the unit's been stripped down with the exception of drywall, so it'll all be new. We're framing in some bulkheads for new closet doors. We're going to be putting in new shelving. Going to the main bathroom, you'll see that the vanities were removed, the floor is removed. The whole tub surround has been removed, so we can put in new tub and plumbing. You'll notice there's metal stud framing. These type of buildings, what they call Class A construction, they're as fireproof as you can get, where it's concrete and metal stud and drywall, fire code drywall. So there's very little wood used to reduce risk of for fire in these type of buildings. It's a high-rise condominium. The storage area, the floor has been stripped. Like I said, all the doors. We're going to the main master bedroom with the ensuite powder room. It's all been stripped down. The powder room's been stripped down. We left the toilet simply so we could have a toilet while we're doing some work. I'm going to pan around. We'll see the big main closet has been removed. Closet doors, framing in a bulkhead so we can put in some new lower doors. Because we're on a time constraint, floor to ceiling doors are custom order typically. So we don't have the time to wait 3 weeks for doors to be ordered and delivered. So we're just putting in bulkheads so we can buy off the shelf sliding door kits. In this case, the owner wants mirrored doors. I'm going to pan back. Again, framing in the bulkhead. You can still see there's some patching to do. That's our next phase, is to get our drywall done and all our patching done. Then we're going to spray prime the entire unit before we start putting floors and stuff back in. Come into the last bedroom. So there you can see the whole unit's been stripped down just to the drywall. Everything is getting ready to put things back together and finish. Okay. All right, just going to give you a quick update. We're about 2 weeks in, and you can see that the floors are in, the laminate flooring is in, the baseboard trim is in. Walk through the bedrooms here. Bulkheads are in. We have some plastering still to do, and then the paint, but our floors are in. Starting to shape up. Starting to put in our vanities. Ceramic floor is in. There's our ceramic floors in the powder room, in the main bathroom. Ceramics are in the kitchen. Started to install the cupboards. That will be the pantry. Scan back in here. Cupboards are going in. So we're 2 weeks into the renovation for the flip, and we're about halfway through. Okay, here we are. We're going to have a look now at the final product of the condo. Little glitch. Unfortunately, my client, well, it's not unfortunate. My client decided that he was going to move into the condo. He wants to make this a long flip. He was going to keep it for a year and move into it. But he decided to move in during the last week and a half of construction. So it kind of hindered our ability to shoot the final video. But we do have a bunch of still pictures that we're going to walk you through right now. Maybe at some point in the future when he finishes unpacking and moving, etc., we'll be able to get in there and get a final video. But for now I wanted to get this up because it was a good flip. It turned out well. And we'll start having a look at it here. So here we have a look at from the living room into the kitchen. And you can see that we removed 4 feet of the wall between the foyer and the kitchen, which opens it up. And this is a contemporary style kitchen, European style. It's in fact an IKEA kitchen, which are very economical. Looking at the pantry, you can see, okay, this is a contemporary sort of traditional design. It's an antique white. It's got the anti-slam bumpers, dampers. You know, if you're looking now, you're looking into the kitchen itself. You can see that we have granite countertops. There's all stainless steel appliances like a new fridge, dishwasher, stove, microwave hood fan. We have a very simple backsplash. It's a 3x6 ceramic subway tile with the same subway tile and an accent color of gray. And the tile color actually is like an antique white. It matches the kitchen cabinet colors. It's very important in your design to keep the design consistent throughout your project. So you'll notice as we're walking through that you know, we have a consistent wall color, which is worldly gray. It kind of complements the floor colors and of the laminate and the ceramics, all the trim. Now that you're probably looking now at the down the hallway, where you'll notice all the new interior doors, the new colonial style trim, which is all painted in antique white. The closet doors are an ebony finish wood framed mirror glass door. They're off the shelf, as we talked about in our walkthrough. Faster and quicker to order doors off the shelf rather than get custom doors made. So this is what we went with. They complement the style and the color. They are an upgrade. It gives the unit a little bit more punch. As you look into the bathroom, this is the main bath. You'll see that we have the cabinetry for the vanity matches the kitchen cabinetry. And again, we've also used the same granite. We have a nice raised porcelain sink with stainless steel faucet fixtures and an ebony framed mirror to match the closets, actually, to keep the trim and the design consistent, with a nice bronze tinted 3-shade vanity light with LED lighting. And you'll notice that in the hallway as well, in the kitchens, we also had bronze LED lighting fixtures as well. So all the hardware throughout the unit complements each other and match, especially when you're talking about things like kitchen faucets, vanity faucets, all the hardware, the shower faucets, all the accessories in the bathrooms. They are all the same design. They come from the same line of design, and they're all stainless steel or brushed nickel. I think they're brushed nickel in this case. So they all match. Very important that all the hardware match. Even on the doors, like we installed new interior doors, as you can see in the bedrooms, etc. That the hinges, now these type of buildings use metal frame doors, door frames that you cannot remove, and the hinges are welded in. So we replaced half the hinge essentially and polished down the existing hinge so they all look the same, so they all match. And you'll now see that you can, like all the closet doors are matching throughout the bedrooms, and the ensuite powder room is, you know, consistent with the main bathroom, as well as the interior, our master ensuite closet doors. So all the closet doors throughout the unit in all 3 bedrooms match, as well as the main closet, which is in the first area of the hallway from the foyer, which serves as the main closet for people to hang their coats, etc. And of course, we put all new shelving in the storage room, which is a little bit of a tight fit, so we don't really have a pick of that. But as you look through now, you're looking down back towards the kitchen, and you can see that it's a nice interior design. It turned out really well, so much so that the owner decided to move in. He's decided to make this a long flip. And now we're going to talk about the numbers. It's important to understand that when you're investing in real estate, that you have to have an exit strategy. You have to have a plan. And I talk about it in my books, and when I'm teaching people how to invest in real estate. When you buy a property, you know, you have to make sure the numbers work. You have to follow a plan and have an exit strategy. In this case, in this condo, the exit strategy, we're going to turn, it's called a long flip. It's when the owner of the property actually moves in and stays in for a period of time and then flips the property. Because this particular project was in an area where the real estate was a little bit suppressed because of some recent crime, the owner decided that he was going to move in because he got a good deal on the property when he bought it. He bought it properly. He got it at, I quickly do the numbers, I think somewhere around 60% of the RV. I'd have to do the math on that. The RV is the after renovation value or the after repair value, depending on who's talking to you about that type of term. But the ARV, after renovation value of this particular project, is about $200,000. So as we talked about earlier in the video, we mentioned that if this property was somewhere else within the city of Ottawa, in a slightly more upscale neighborhood, it would fetch in the $300,000 range. Maybe, you know, high 200s for sure. But the owner got a good deal on the property. He purchased it for $125,000. You know, his closing costs, I'm just going to look at some numbers here. Closing costs around $2,500. The original budget for the renovation was approximately $26,000 with a $2,000 cushion to $28,000. Now we ended up spending $30,000, which is about $4,000 in upgrades, and the owner purchased about $3,000 worth of appliances. So the overall budget came to about, with the purchase cost and the renovation cost, about $160,500. The upgrades included things like the electrical panel actually was an upgrade from the original estimate. The glass mirrored doors, which he had asked for, but I told him that to give the unit a little bit more punch, we'll upgrade the actual glass doors to an ebony framed wood frame door because they look more punch to the unit, look nicer, add to the design. What else do we have? The pantry in the kitchen, because we opened up the wall in the kitchen, we had the opportunity to add more cupboard space in a little nook that was in that foyer. So it's because there's a lack of base cabinetry because of the size of the kitchen, we were able to add a nice sized pantry, make the kitchen look bigger, give it more cupboard space, more storage space. So the pantry was an upgrade. And the granite countertop. Typically in a unit like this, that price range, you wouldn't necessarily go to granite. Laminate would be typical, but we got a good deal on our granite, and we opted to upgrade to the granite because I think it was worth it. It's just another added bonus feature when he plans to sell the property. All these little ticket items are going to increase the value and give him a better opportunity to make a profit. So the long flip is the exit. And then the second option to that, because you should always have a backdoor option, if he so decided to keep the property, say maybe he wants to hold on it longer, let that particular area of the city rebound a little bit more, he could decide to rent it out. So option number 2 to the exit strategy would be to rent the property. Because he got such a good deal, it's a very affordable market price. Now on 125,000, at current interest rates, 3.5% roughly, you'll be looking at, what do we got here in numbers? $625 roughly in mortgage payments. The condo fees in that particular building are in the $400 range. They include heat and include the heat, and then it's electric heat, and it includes water, obviously the maintenance to the property. Taxes, I believe, are not included in that. So we're going to include taxes in our numbers. So you're looking at $400 in condo fees, about $100 a month in insurance if it's a rental property. Let's say annual maintenance, roughly about $100 a month, because you might every year, if you're going to, depends how long you rent it for. But this is because it's a new renovated unit, won't need anything. But come time to change tenants or to flip it, you may want to touch up the paint, or might be a few minor little issues like that. So we'll estimate about $100 a month, about $1,200 annually for that. And a vacancy rate. Now the vacancy rates in the city of Ottawa are extremely low, like 1% range. In this particular area, under 1%. Very likely will stay rented the entire year if he had that option. But we'll just assume a 1% vacancy at roughly $125 a month. Utilities will be paid by the tenant. Parking is extra. So you'll be looking overall, rental for this particular type of unit in that neighborhood would fetch about $1,500 a month for a 3-bedroom, with your average cost of about, say, $725 to run that property. You're looking at a gross margin of $775. Deduct your debt reduction or your mortgage costs from that, which is $620. You're left with about $150 of net profit on that unit, which is good. It's pretty good. That's a cash on cash return of about 5%, a little bit better than 5%, and an operating profit margin of around 10%. When you look at the original exit strategy is to flip this property at its current market value of $200,000. It cost him $160,500. Let's say he sells the property with a 6% commission rate, puts it into the real estate market. That's another $12,000 in expenses. He's looking at a gross profit of $27,500, which is pretty good for the money spent. He invested about $33,000. That's about an 83% return on investment. Really, a really good flip, even considering that not the best market within the city of Ottawa, but he got it at a good price, and he's going to be able to sell this and make a good profit. And even long term, if he decides to even stay in it, because he's living in it, he's got great equity in the property because he got a good price. He's going to have good margins there. And so overall, a great flip. Oh, and the other thing I wanted just to mention, okay, this whole project, for the construction phase, going in and looking at the property, doing the estimate, getting the numbers, doing the work, was about 42 days to complete. He actually closed on the property on the 1st of the month. There's about an extra, it took the whole project for him from the time he bought it to the time he took over handed him the keys, was 48 days. It's a really good time frame for a flip, and good return on his profit, or on his investment. So overall, the Smoked Out Condo is turned out to be a really good investment project. It was a fun flip to do. It went quick, it went well, and I want to thank everybody who was involved, from my employees and my trades and the suppliers. That everybody contributed to an overall a great flip. I'm Greg Luchak. You've watched the Smoked Out Condo video. If you have any comments, put some comments in the below. If you want to ask a question, feel free to ask a question. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you look forward to future videos, and check out my book, The Wealth Principle. I have other books that are in the works that we'll be producing over the next year or two. So overall, going to be a lot of videos coming, a lot of information coming with my books. And I hope you stay tuned for more from the Wealth Principle. My name is Greg Luchak, and have a great day.